Ah, that's better. But why am I being plagued by these visions? Same as before. Glowing footprints which must lead to the victim. Look! There seems to be kind of a magic circle painted on the gates. That symbol again. The 13th sign of the zodiac at the centre of some sort of astrological design. And around the symbols, the number 13 appears over and over again. Another poor victim. Why, oh why am I being plagued with these dreams? There seems to be a barrier over the gates. Am I now trapped, I wonder? Phew. Removing the symbol seems to have gotten rid of the barrier at the gate. Could this be the way out of my awful dreams too? I can't stand it. The nightmares are worse than ever, and getting more and more vivid. That poor woman. Is she really going to die? Or is it just a bad dream?
Yet another body has been found in Whitechapel, Inspector Eberline, and one of us here at Scotland Yard needs to get involved. Having served many a year on that patch makes you the perfect man for the job. Gather your belongings. You're off to Whitechapel, old boy.
Whitechapel? Ruddy Whitechapel?
Yes, Inspector, Whitechapel. You don't have a problem with that, do you?
No, sir. Of course not. I'll get my things together immediately. "14 years in this hellhole, and I finally get promoted to work with the big boys in Scotland Yard. Then look what happens. A bunch of murders have gotten me stationed back here once again. Whitechapel. How I hate this place."
Aye, sir. Great to have you here to help us solve the murders. Dreadful case, the latest one. Victim was gutted. Gutted like a fish.
Yeah, so I heard. Which office am I using?
The one on the left. Your things were delivered earlier.
I guess I'll make a start by finding the case note for the Nichols murder. The body of Mary Ann Nichols was found outside Bucks Row stables. I'll take a look at my map and then head over there and check out the murder scene. Bucks Row. This is where the body of Mary Ann Nichols was found in the early hours of the morning. Officers noted there had been very little blood on the ground, considering the severity of her wounds. I wonder if Nichols was murdered inside the stables, then dragged outside. There's certainly a lot of blood. And what's this strange symbol hidden under the cobbles? I'm going to head back to the station and go over the evidence. There's something strange about this new murder. Something just doesn't fit. I need to look at the case notes from the Tabran murder to see if there are any similarities. This latest murder was more violent, and the wounds a little more precise. Could we be dealing with a different killer? Or is he simply gaining confidence and changing his signature? Gotta catch him before more women die.
Another woman murdered in Whitechapel. Mary Ann Nichols was her name. Same killer, I wonder? Whatever, it'll make a great headline, so I'm heading for Bucks Row to see what I can find out. The body was found outside these stable gates in the early hours of the morning by two men on their way to work. Police have removed the body already, but at least I can still see the bloodstains where she lay. Interesting to find hemlock here, an important part of some black magic rituals, which fits in with those symbols from the last murder. I wonder if anyone in the house heard or saw anything strange last night. Sorry to bother you, Mum, but I was wondering if you heard or saw anything strange last night.
I never saw nothing. But I did hear two women arguing in the street around 3 a.m. One was saying she had spent all her money and was going to have to make some more on the streets before she could go back to her lodgings.
Do you know which lodging house they were referring to?
Yeah, the one on Thrall Street.
So, this is where Nichols lived. What a depressing hovel. I'll see if there are any clues as to her movements before she was murdered. Excuse me, do you know if a guy called Chapman ever came by? Yeah, George Chapman. Quite often, in fact. Runs a barber shop down on Cable Street. Used to offer special discounts to the women staying here. Some would go for a haircut, and we never saw them again. Strange, really. Really? And have you seen him recently? Now that you mention it, yes. He was in here just yesterday. Seem to remember he was having a steamy argument with Polly and Nichols. Not sure what it was about, though. This story really is taking me to the most horrid parts of Whitechapel. So, this is 126 Cable Street, and that must be George Chapman's shop. Wonder if he's in. What are you doing breaking in and snooping around my shop? Are you the police?
Mr. Chapman? I just dropped by for a haircut and the door was open.
The door is always locked. Why are you really here?
Really, sir, it's true. Look, I have a voucher for a free haircut. Have a look.
Those vouchers are only valid for women, understand? Now get out of here, quick!
Okay, I'm leaving. Hope you don't treat all your customers this way, Mr. Chapman. Phew, thought I'd never make it out of that place. There's definitely something fishy about that Mr. Chapman. Anyway, I'm off to get these photographs developed. There they are again, those strange symbols. Just like last time, they weren't there when I took the photograph. I must find out what they mean.
Christchurch. It's so beautiful. Amazing how such beauty can exist in the middle of one of the most poverty-stricken areas of London. I'm getting a bad feeling from this wedding register. The last entry is for a girl named Annie Crook. But I can sense only sorrow and pain has come from this wedding. Such an overwhelming feeling of despair. Oh, my head. The pain. My God! What's going on? These horrific visions are happening while I'm awake now. Just can't see clearly at all. My vision is scrambled. That's better. And look, those footprints again. But wait, there appears to be some form of energy blocking the doorway. The energy barrier is gone. Must have been connected to those symbols I found. Oh Lord, no! It's another woman's body. But this one is horribly mutilated. I want this nightmare to end. How can I escape these terrible dreams? Some kind of astrological chart, carved out of stone. Could be my way out of this dream. If I can just reassemble the carving. What's happening? I'm at William's house, but how can that be? How on earth did I get here from Christchurch? William, you must help me. The visions are getting worse. I fear they are driving me insane. I'm not sure how much more of this I can take. Please, you must give me something to stop these nightmares.
Very well. Come inside, my dear, and I will see what I can do for you. I'll fix you up some new medicine to help you sleep. Could you get some things for me from the shelves over there? This is a new medicine I have been working on. I'm sure it will help you with your nightmares.
Thank you so much. I do hope so. Now, I must hurry and tell the police of my latest vision. If they can catch this killer, I'm sure my nightmares will end.
You'll be wasting your time telling the police. They're useless in my opinion, and they'll never believe your hocus-pocus any more than I do. My advice would be to head home and get some rest.
I know you don't believe in my powers, but I know I'm seeing these things for a reason. I must try to convince the police. I need to speak to the inspector urgently. There's going to be another murder.
Not you again, madam. Another vision, huh? About time you stopped wasting police time.
I know you don't believe I can predict things, officer, but I sense you are missing something. You have lost something in this room. Let me think. Oh yes, your badge. I know just where it is. Here you are, officer. It's your badge. Now do you believe in my psychic powers?
Well, I'm not sure, ma'am. Could have been a bit of luck, but thanks anyway. The inspector is in his office.
Excuse me, Inspector. I know I may sound like a madwoman, but I keep having visions of the Whitechapel murders before they happen. Worse still, I fear there is another murder about to take place.
Ma'am, many people have been coming in with their theories about the murders, and you are just one more. So, if you wouldn't mind, please leave this matter to the police and make your way home.
No! Please believe me. I'm sure another woman will be murdered soon, in a yard behind 29 Hanbury Street. You must trust in me.
Madam, the local women are being very careful at night now, and I feel it is most unlikely there will be another murder. So do please let me get on with my work.
There's been another murder, sir. Body was found at exactly 6 a.m. this morning at the back of 29 Hanbury Street. Proper butchered she was, sir. Disemboweled. Horrible.
Hanbury Street. Hanbury Street? That's where that Emma DeVille woman said we would find her. How did she know that?
Don't know, sir. Puts the creeps up me, she does. By the way, Sergeant Thick has put out a warrant for John Pizer. Figures he's Leather Apron, one of our main suspects.
Sergeant Thick doesn't have a clue. Waste of time, in my opinion, anyway. One witness thinks they saw that guy Chapman, the local barber, nearby at around 5:45 a.m. Another saw the victim talking to a tall stranger in this alleyway, less than an hour before she was murdered. The body was found in this yard at 6 a.m. this morning. The throat was cut from left to right. The abdomen had been disemboweled with the intestines thrown over the shoulders. The killer appears to be getting more frenzied with each attack. Another object with that strange symbol that I found at Buck's Row carved into it. Just a coincidence? Seems from this ticket that the victim was living at the Doss House on Thrall Street. Better check the place out to see if the owner knows anything. I'm investigating the recent murders in Whitechapel. Tell me, did a woman called Annie Chapman ever stay here?
That she did, officer. Her and that other woman that was killed a little while ago.
Thank you. I'll take a quick look round if you don't mind.